Hey guys, again, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our show.
And if you love what you see, and I know you do, please rate, review, and subscribe. It would mean so much to us.
Yeah, it absolutely means the world to us, helps us get out to the wider audience, really just capture more people that we can help you with this show. Again, if you're getting value, check us out. Thank you again.
So grateful to you.
So, yes. Yeah, what a great day. So, I mean, we're pushing along here. We're just pushing forward, taking action. And yeah, we did have a great interview just discussing what is there about people who are leaders and just how to really continue to move along. And it's just that we have to notice our feelings, and instead of just keeping it all in, letting it all be there and just saying, yeah, I'm just going to push through and just fighting it resistance. The key is to saying, okay, I notice you. And where that stuck to me is that, I meditate most days, so not every day, but most mornings I will. And it's that point there where meditation fails is that if you try and fight the distraction, fight it, well, then that's when the busy mind comes in. But if something happens there, the dog knocks over something or anything, you just touch it. It's just that tap. Okay, I see you. And then let it go. And I see you. And so it's the complement of noticing the distraction, not the resistance. But that's our life too. So much is bent on fighting and resisting. But if we can just take it in and say, okay, let's just make this simple. What is it about my life that's most important right now? What is it that's the keys to really us getting what we need, what we want?
And how can we take those things that come into our life, be it negativity, be it positivity, no matter what it is, how can we take it into our lives and make it count?
Yeah.
Turn it into something that we can use for the positive. Turn it into something that we can use as a stepping stone, as a ladder, as something to really dive in and dive deep, because we all have a past, we all have a future, we all have things that are going to come into our lives. Hi, Daniel. And how are we going to use those things for the betterment of ourselves and for the world around us?
And this is really good for our topic today, because the topic today is, are you in control of your life? And that can go in a lot of different ways. We can talk to a lot of different capacities. And why this was so good to talk to, and here's Matt Faircloth in there. We haven't talked in a while. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Is looking at our days, whether it's within ourselves, our family, our businesses, whatever component, and are we in control? And it's that thought is that, are we taking the moments to find the wins in the day so we can go through there and have a consistent process with our day, where when the things come up that are outside, that are uncertain, we can focus on them because the rest of our day is built into having control.
So this is not a tangent. I am doing Tony Robbins' comeback challenge, and it has been fantastic. So
I'm just saying, when someone says it's not a tangent, I'm looking like, so it's a tangent.
It's a tangent.
Yeah, okay.
And with me, it's kind of a tangent. So, but how this works in with control is that he says, and if you're not doing the challenge, you should be, because there's so much energy. And if you need that extra push, and by all means, if you're not getting it from us, go to Tony, because Tony will push you into the right direction, even online. So, Tony, I'm in the comeback challenge, and he says, change your story, change your life.
Yeah.
So how are you taking control of your story? How are you getting it? He gave everybody, and this is like, I don't know, 500,000 people. He gave everybody homework. He said, okay, acknowledge your old story, but what is your new story? Because you can control that. You can't control what happened before, but you can control what happens next. And chat says, yes, she totally gets it, but first, coffee. Yes, go get your coffee, chat,
coffee first,
and come back.
So in that line of thinking, it's that there is so much negativity that comes around daily, weekly, monthly, moment to moment, minute to minute. And instead of having all of our attention there, how can we turn that into an empowering question?
Yes.
How can we change that into something that's going to empower us further? And the one note here is that Carly mentioned, a lot of businesses here, a lot of people who have businesses are worried about that business, right? Not succeeding. But you have to turn that into, okay, what is the empowering question or talk track from there? Instead of saying, oh, I hope we don't fail. Well, what can I do today to get us further along and help us succeed and make it out of this? And turning that into an empowering question gives you all the opportunity to take the steps to win.
And I was actually I was looking at somebody who had posted a video about how she was the rock for her entire family, and she just completely forgot to take care of herself. And her business was actually doing well before COVID and into COVID. But then a week before they started opening up businesses, her business got burglarized. And she is at the lowest of the low right now. She doesn't know how to move forward. But in this story, and she said that was her old story. That was her old story from only 2 weeks ago, folks. Her new story is that she's going to take control of her life, make herself first, and make herself get back up. She still has a business. There's nothing in the store anymore. This poor woman lost everything, but she is taking control, and she's not pitying herself. She's taking control of her life, saying, how can I step forward from this low point? Because right now, all I can do is move upwards.
So if you are missing that point today, our son is going to help you here, because he does something that we can all learn from. He writes these little notes and just sticks them on there. And so today's note says, you are the best, right? And it's that winning narrative, right? That he comes in there and he just says little things here while you're doing something, just yes. And these things that are affirmatives to push you forward. Yes. So if you need the help, you need that point, let us be there, and just look for the little things. So there's so much goodness in there. And I think that the nature to want to complicate everything keeps us from looking at things that are making a productive effort to get forward. So
I look at Jason's face all the time. So if I see you are the best, I'm going to say you are the best, Jason.
Well, I love you, baby. And then in talking to now ourselves, it's been, we had some good workouts yesterday. I think we've been changing up. So here's some things we've been doing in our daily workout. So we've been intermittent fasting, and we were doing, I think, 12 on, 12 off, right? But we've just been eating earlier, just with the kids, and more hungry, right? Yeah. So I think more energy being put out, more things. So we've been eating earlier. So it's almost been about 15 hours in between. So about, 9 on, 9 for an eating window and 15 off. And the good part about this is the energy is always there, because the thing about that you shouldn't do is eat really late right before you go to bed, right? Because then you're just in that dormant stage. But lots of time with the way our day went before, we would eat late. We would always eat close to bed. So not doing that and changing that little part in our day gives us a lot more energy. So that's been super to really put there. Taking control of it. Because we used to eat so late, not because we actually wanted to, but because we just didn't make the time to eat earlier, didn't make the time to actually eat with the kids. The kids eat between 5 and 6, and then they're usually wanting a snack around 7 before bedtime, and then they're to bed. So we would eat like 10, 11, and it would be crazy. And we'd go to bed feeling like just not good. So take control. That's how we're taking control of our health. Yeah. So we've been doing the opposite thing. Is we used to work out late and then eat later, but now we're actually working out probably at the same time, but we're eating earlier. But it's giving us that nice cap to the day, right? So start the day with a win, end the day with a win. Start the day with a win, end the day with a win, and that's what it can be. So everything that happens in between throughout the day, you can look back and say, okay, I got to win, and I got those things done. Now, are you going to win every day? No, but you do. Go.
I was just gonna say, I kind of like that switch that we've made, because now we eat and then we eat dinner and then we go and work out, and then we might have a little shake if it's still early, but normally we're good. We go to bed and it's great. And having that win, and that win doesn't have to be dinner. It feels like we're so programmed to make dinner the kind of like the end of the day. Well, what if you ended your day with an amazing workout?
Yeah, and So I'm going to talk about workout. I got myself into a headstand yesterday for about 30 seconds. So that was a win. But, so many things in life, again, it comes down to just making that little tweak and just understanding that one thing. And when I figured out the through line between my hands and where my hips were, well, that's when it all made sense. When I understood it was really, and if you snowboard, you know what I mean, right? You're heel to toe as you go down. Well, it's the same thing when you're doing handstand, is that you're on the palm of your hands into your toes, the palm, and it's where your weight's going. And as your feet go up, it's not straight up. You're basically bent at the hip. You're trying to keep your feet from flopping you backwards, bending at your hip. And it's that marriage between your hands, finding the balance of the weight and your hips, basically governing to where your body is pushing away from, that keeps you in line. And once I could put that into my mind and just stop making it so complicated, like I'm just trying to hold my whole body up here and just break it down to these little pieces, that's when things click. And most times in our efforts, it's those little things in our life that we're overseeing because we're trying to make it so complicated. We're trying to make it so hard. Okay, so why isn't this working, right? And the other day, our actual garbage disposal went out, and it was something so simple that I was about to take a GFI, but I didn't realize that I actually just had impasse the switch on it, right? So something so simple. I mean, I had a friend, she used to basically get paid a good amount of money to go out and fix people's computers. And so, I mean, there was literally a pay for going there that was pretty substantial. And she said that 75% of the time it was going out and literally plugging in computers. And that was it. It was literally plugging it in because people wouldn't look at that like, it won't work, and just, it must be, the files are in the computer, it's that they say, well, it's got to be complicated, but did you get back to the core basics, right? The things that always stand through. And that's our life too. We need to make it more complicated. It has to be harder. And if you look at it, well, does it have to be? Or are we just missing the points?
Exactly. And the more you simplify it, the more you can control it. Just like Jason said with his headstands, the more he controlled those slight movements, and anybody that does yoga, this. It's those little movements that you have to tweak and you have to control and you have to hold yourself up a certain way. And knowing how everything stacks on everything else, that's controlling your body. And just having that control is everything.
So lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
Let's say, what are 3 things that we can do today to take back control of our day and our life?
Look for the small things. Just like with Jason's headstand. Look for those small things that you can control. Sometimes going for the big thing is too much for us to contemplate. Go for those small things. Go for the little control of your hands. If you're doing push-ups and you can't think about doing 50 push-ups, you can control one. You can start off with one. Just little bites will take you to the next level.
And that's going to parallel into, of course, the interview I just had, number 2, is that write everything down in one big sway so you can get everything out of your head so you can get back to what you really need to do. Because if you're like me, you try and hold 73 things in your head to do, right? And you're not going to get them all done. But instead, if I just put them all down, then I can realize I need to do 3 of them. And those are the 3 I'm going to get done.
3, shut down the noise. There's so much noise going on all the time. It doesn't even have to be like everything that's happening in the news now and everything all the negativity that's pushing down on us. Shut down the noise and tap into that aloha, tap into that kindness, tap into that filter that you need to tap into, because all this negativity will bring you down. So if you filter it and you shut down those negative influences in your life, then you can start controlling your life more.
Good. I love that. I think that's a good place to end today. Let's run it out here because we got a strong show coming up. We got a busy day today with a lot of things going on, but really just hit you over the head. There's 3 things right now where you can go out and win, right?
And it's 15 minutes.
15 minutes. So this could be capping your workout, but we know you guys, you're not going to stop here. You're going to push through. Let's go through it. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Second cup of coffee.
Join us for your second cup of coffee every Monday through Friday at noon.
Live every day, bringing us our best content we've done so far. Super excited, super engaging, bunch of great guests. We're here to answer your questions, and we so appreciate you listening. Make sure to check this out.
Can't wait to see you.